This is Nikita, Sasha, baby Emma, and mini poodle Bailey. This channel is about us, our experience and our memories that we want to keep and share with you. As a couple, we traveled many years together, and it was our biggest passion in life. But then, we became parents! In today's video, we will try to have a normal, relaxing, chill-out beach vacation, despite the well-known opinion that holidays with babies are not fun. Which will it be? A perfect vacation or a huge disappointment? Before we set off on our beach vacation, we had to make sure Bailey has a vacation of his own. We woke up at 7 a.m. and at 8 we were already heading to a remote village approximately 1 hour drive from Amsterdam. Since we're traveling to the beach this time, it's really not a place for a dog, even an adventurous one like Bailey. We usually take him with us everywhere where the flight is not too long and the weather is not too hot. This week, Bailey will spend with a very kind family, living at this beautiful place with an amazing backyard and lots of other dogs to play with. It isn't his first time staying here, so he feels comfortable enough to stay for the whole week. He's going to have a dream vacation for sure. On our way back, we stopped for a quick breakfast to avoid spending time on it at home. Don't know if you noticed, but your food is twice tastier when your baby is sleeping. We still needed to pack, by the way, before going to the airport, and the time was tight, so we ended up leaving in a hurry as always. The fastest way for us to get to the airport from Amsterdam is to drive and then to take a train. And it was only 2 hours before the gate will close, so we were a bit anxious. But we got lucky and everything went super smoothly at Schiphol, so we even ended up killing some time shopping. At least Emma did. By the way, we are traveling with a full-size stroller, which is too big to be taken to the airplane cabin. And here comes the life hack on how to save on your luggage cost. You can always drop off your stroller for free at the gate, so right before entering the airplane, and nobody is checking the weight of your stroller there. So you can put all the extra heavy things in the case of your stroller and check it in together. This is how we avoided paying for the overweight of our suitcase. When we arrived to the gate, it was already open for the travelers with small children. Be aware that even if you are traveling with a cabin-approved small stroller, you may still have to check it in at the gate if there are too many children on the flight. Our flight was full of children. Which was actually fun. Emma could play with other kids a bit, which gave us a small break. She is a very active child, and since the flight was during the day, she was full of energy, and it was very challenging to keep her on the same place for even 2 minutes straight. This 5-hour flight was nothing like all our flights before. Being trapped with a baby and all her energy on such a limited space is a challenge, and your preparation here is a key. We had a few new toys for her, of course, but they only occupied her for 30 minutes in total. The rest of the time, she was busy crawling back and forth in the aisle, flirting with all the neighbors, and climbing up and down on both of us. She is not into the devices and cartoons yet, so this didn't really help us as well. On a good side, since the plane was half empty, we got an extra seat. So Emma had her own place and she spent lots of time on it. To be honest, if you travel during the day, I would highly recommend asking your flight attendant for an extra seat if there is any on a plane. This is a real game changer. After the flight, we carried Emma on hands to the luggage belt where we could get our stroller back together with our suitcase. Then we were picked up by the tour team and taken to the hotel by the bus. It was a real long day, and we were quite exhausted by 11 p.m. when we finally arrived to our hotel. Hi everyone! So we have arrived to the hotel yesterday late evening. We had great check-in experience. We will tell you about it later. We are going to have some breakfast now, and then we will explore the hotel. We are super excited to see everything here, and we will show you what our day is gonna look like for the next 7 days here on the beach vacation with an 11-month-old baby. When we arrived to the hotel yesterday evening, we were too tired to film anything. But the check-in was super smooth and we got a room upgrade for free. This almost never happened to us when we were traveling as a couple, so that was a nice touch. When booking a room here, we chose a regular simple room, as always just a place to sleep with a balcony. The room we got because of the upgrade is a suite and it has 2 rooms, which it turns out comes super handy when you travel with a baby. Emma goes to sleep quite early in the evening, and we could still do whatever we wanted in another room while she was sleeping, instead of sitting in the dark silently the whole evening. So in case you have a choice, think about booking a room with 2 rooms and a door between them. The cot for Emma was already there when we arrived to the room. And it's a nice one, similar to the Baby Bjorn travel cot, which we use when traveling by car. So let's dive into our day routine for this week. We woke up around 7:30 in the morning, and this is already very different from our trips as a couple, because we both love to sleep in and would never leave the room before 9. Now, every day starts earlier for us, and we are getting to see the benefits of it. We were at the breakfast at 8 already, and it was so nice and quiet. We took our time to explore the buffet, our coffee came to us quickly, and we haven't seen a single queue. The next day, our alarm, aka Emma, went off only at 8:30, and there was actually a line to enter the breakfast restaurant, and the buffet was so crowded that it was difficult to move around. With a baby, we always take a bigger table. I mean, never for 2 persons anymore. Even if your baby is not eating at the table with you yet, you need a place to put a stroller, or generally to put your stuff sometimes on the table, or move that plate further away from the little grippy fingers. So you will need that space. Having breakfast with Emma was every day different for us, but mainly quite a hustle. She either didn't want to eat and one of us had to walk around with her, or she was throwing things around and having fun with food. But that's okay. That is also what we have at home or in any other restaurant in general, and it really depends on the baby's mood. After the breakfast, we would go back to the room to pick our stuff for the beach and go out to the pool. The getting ready moment with the baby is somewhat longer as well, because even though the baby is quite tiny, she needs a lot more things than you do. Like surprisingly a lot. At first we were even using a shopping list to make sure we don't miss anything, as going back for it from the other side of the hotel is a waste of time. You are maybe familiar with the feeling when you go for a lazy vacation like this one and you deliberately do nothing for a week because you want to rest, but the time flies like crazy and before you know it, you're already back home. Well, we have good news for you. When you travel with a baby, every hour counts for 2. So many things are going on. Every day there is something new and you are constantly occupied. But if you do it right, you may actually like it. We would get to the pool every day around 10 a.m. And because of Emma's sleep schedule, she would usually go straight to sleep. It was crucial for us, by the way, that Emma would sleep in her stroller during the day. If we would need to put her down for a sleep in the hotel room twice a day, it would easily ruin our vacation. We always picked a place as close as possible to the pool, so when Emma was sleeping, we could spend time in the pool together while keeping an eye on a stroller. Okay, so how to keep your baby and yourself entertained at the pool? Of course, you go for a swim first. Your baby is going to love it. Or not, because actually you never know. Every baby is different, and the first swimming experience can be a huge success or a complete failure. Or, like in our case, both. The very first time Emma stepped into the pool, she loved it, and everything seemed to be just great. But the next day, same time, same pool, same water, only different mood, and Emma absolutely hated it. She was crying being in the pool, held above the pool, or even close to the pool, and nothing could stop her. She eventually was okay with swimming, especially after we got this inflatable ring and small swimming pool for her in a local store. Super cheap, by the way, and I think you can buy them almost everywhere. After you are done swimming, your baby will probably want to play. Here we realized that the way hotel organizes the near the pool area is super important for your comfort with the baby. Our hotel didn't have the baby pool, but the main pool was huge and had a super flat entrance, very suitable for babies, but also pleasant for adults. I would imagine that spending time in the baby pool as an adult is probably less fun. It is also important that your baby, especially if she is not walking yet, can safely play near the pool. It helps if instead of tiles, some softer material is on the ground, like sand, grass or wood. At around lunchtime, we would grab something at the nearest pool bar or even just have a snack on our sandbeds. We didn't want to waste time on going to a restaurant. And of course, the beach vacation is impossible to imagine without the beach and the sea. The beach here is quite far and also public, meaning that there is no sunbeds and umbrellas. The water was much colder than in the pool, but still okay. And there were waves all the time. Baby Emma taking her first steps into the sea was one of the sweetest moments for the three of us. She was so cute and happy. She found the sand quite exciting too. If we traveled here just as a couple, we would definitely spend half of our day here at the beach. But this time, we only visited the sea once and spent all the other time at the different pools inside the hotel. We decided to choose comfort over the variety, and the more we travel with the baby, the more this is our choice. And we are okay with it. At around 3 p.m., Emma would go for a second nap, and we would enjoy our lazy child-free time together at the pool. And let's be honest here, the moment when your baby is sleeping is the very only time when you are fully relaxed. And since Emma was sleeping twice during the day for 3 hours in total, during these hours it felt like we were just the two of us, like in the good old times. Because we spend this time together, not eating or reading or scrolling, but actively being with each other, this child-free time felt much longer and really made a difference. When finally Emma was awake, we were ready to play and spend time with her, and it was so much fun actually. In the meantime, our fluffy family member was having the best time at his holiday home back in the Netherlands. We were getting live updates several times a day with fun videos and photos of Bailey's time there. Because we trust Bailey's dog sitter so much, we didn't have to worry even for a minute when he was away from us. But we missed him a lot, of course. During this week, we have noticed that we didn't really feel like going for day trips to explore the island like we would usually do when traveling before. First of all, we didn't find anything truly exciting here on Gran Canaria Island, which would worth the effort. And second, going with a baby by a bus somewhere for a few hours in 30 degrees heat didn't feel like a great idea. after some more swimming and playing together in the afternoon, we would head back to the hotel room to get ready for the dinner. I heard people saying that having an all-inclusive hotel is easier when you travel with babies or kids. So far, I don't see the big difference. Eating in the buffet is faster and more budget-friendly, and you can probably find more food which is suitable for your little one. But if the experience and atmosphere matters to you, we would still go for a la carte dining. The dinners were the most challenging meals for us. We would usually get at the table at around 8 p.m., which actually is already past Emma's bedtime. However, no matter how hard we tried, she wouldn't fall asleep in her stroller. Putting her to bed in the room was not an option because we had to eat, and on top of all, Emma wasn't hungry anymore, so keeping her at the table was close to impossible. She always wanted to crawl all over the restaurant, and one of us had to go with her while the other one was eating. We barely could talk about anything, and it didn't even remotely look like a romantic dinner. The only ideal and very romantic dinner we had was the last one, when we couldn't book a table earlier than 9 p.m. and managed to stroll Emma to sleep before dinner. I would say it definitely worth to eat later, or even much later, if it means that you can eat slowly and together. After the dinner and all the crawling, yelling and throwing food activities, Emma was usually seriously tired and ready for her night's sleep. We would then go for a walk in the hotel or around it, and she would easily fall asleep in her moving stroller. Our adult evening time was starting. This is when we would go to a lobby for live shows or to our hotel room just to spend time together. We would put Emma to her crib in one room and watch a movie in another.
Hi again! So we are on our way to the dunes of Maspalomas. This is just outside of our hotel. So we have been here 6 days now, tomorrow our last day, and this was quite an intense week. There was a lot of swimming, playing with the baby, swimming again, eating, having fun. We had really great moments together. We also had some challenging moments, of course. But our conclusion is, would we go for a beach holiday with the baby again?
Yes!
Yes, we will. We definitely will. It was absolutely great. We really enjoyed it, and we never regret it in minutes even. We have actually came to the point where you have to climb over this, let's call it mountain of sand. This is actually very hot sand, even though it's already 8 in the evening. So guys, if you're adulting right now, like we were before, to go or not to go with a baby to a beach vacation, this is your sign. Do it. It's gonna be so great. It's such an amazing experience to travel with your baby. If you were traveling before as a couple, it's gonna be a whole new chapter for you. If you never traveled or didn't travel that much, it's a great time to start. And
yeah, so enjoy your next trip with the baby.
Or babies.
And if you have any questions, please write it down in the comment below. And thank you very much for joining us
on this trip to Gran Canaria. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. And see you soon.
Yeah, see you next time.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.